So I'm Melanie Hamel, and I'm very honoured to be here today alongside Lenise, Harry, and Dion Sons. They're both traditional owners of Yarrabah, next to Guillemot in Cairns. So we'll each introduce ourselves properly as we speak. But first of all, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of Kurrumbulbara, which is here, Townsville, the Bindal and Wurundjeri people. I do pay my deepest respect to elders past, present, and emerging, and I extend that respect to all traditional owners of the Great Barrier Reef, especially those present in the room with us today. So Lenise, Dion, and I, today we're here to share reflections on how Indigenous and Western knowledge holders can learn and create knowledge together for the Reef's future. We wanted to do something a little bit different, so we're not doing science presentations. We want to talk about our experiences. So it's a collective reflection. The content might be slightly different from our abstract. I apologize for that, but that's our first lesson in working together, embracing flexibility. All right, so like I said, we're gonna talk about our experiences. So first up will be Lenise, who will be talking about her, sharing a few experiences from Guggenji people, mainly rangers. Then Dion is going to share his own experience as a ranger. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about marine megafauna research and my experience as a Western scientist, and then we'll try to collectively reflect on that. So Lenise, you're going to be first up. There is a mic here. Yeah, if you want to. Sorry. And I'll sit.
All this moving around, eh? Anyway, so look, Wanjira Najan Guran Gurinj. My name is Lenise Hari, and I'm a proud Gungandji woman from Yarrabah. Look, we're grateful, to come and have the opportunity to present at this forum and to share, I suppose, our experience in working with researchers. So I'm the executive officer for the Gungandji Aboriginal Corporation, so GAC for short. So we're the native title body corporate for the Gungandji people of Yarrabah. So our connection, to country goes back countless generations. We're always had a deep responsibility to care for our land and sea country, our reefs, and everything that sustains our community. Yarrabah itself, is unique, and it has a complex history. Some of you may know. Originally, it was established as a mission back in the day, and now it's one of the largest Aboriginal communities in Australia. Despite the challenges from colonisation and the displacement, of our people. Sorry, this is. Yeah, we have remained strong in our our culture, continues to strive. So up here, it's a photo of a place called Turtle Bay. So I better not talk more, but I'll just cry more. It's I just wanted to share, the connection to country and things like that. Anyway, I was just saying, like when I'm out on country, I feel a deep connection. When I'm out exploring the place out on the boats, doing some fishing and things like that. And, you just feel immersed in its natural beauty. And yeah, it's, every bit is a reminder of where I come from and how closely we're tied to the land and waters. And it's about belonging, tradition and respect for country. So I'm going to share with you, I've got a video, it's Gungandji Voices on our experiences and working with researchers within our country. So yeah, I'll share that with you here now. At Gungandji Aboriginal Corporation, we work with a variety of researchers on land and sea projects. We strongly value their input and welcome them to come and learn our way, the Gungandji way.
What I like working with the researchers that come here to Yarrabah is that they come here to gain knowledge, but also to share knowledge with us on our own country. You know, they come to Yarrabah to gain the experience of what, you know, our economics are like here and how our ecosystem works. The best part about it is that they'll sit down with us and understand us as a person, understand us as a community, and what our aims are for our community moving forward.
We don't like it when researchers come on country and they leave with the data and they don't share it. It should be a two-way learning street. The good thing working with researchers out in the water is we show them our way. Our old people used to look after country. You know, the good thing about it is, you know, we learn from them and they learn from us.
Yeah, I would like to see better monitoring and better recognition for our people, better outcomes, respect to our elders, our leaders.
We built a good relationship with them. They've been very respectful towards our ways and our stories and our knowledge. And probably some bad stuff were not too bad, but they just sort of took our knowledge and didn't use it the right way, I suppose. And other than that, it's been pretty good working with the researchers.
The other things I do like about when our researchers come over is that the technology they bring with them. We get to see, one of my experiences was like we worked with biosecurity and they brought over their lab techs and we got to see the different particles of water, like, you know, the difference between our waters here that we have in Mission, seeing the difference in basically the waterways and the different invasive species we have. Having them come over as researchers to do this on country has given us more of a broader knowledge to what we already know here in community. And I think that's something that we benefit from a lot. The importance of understanding country, on country stuff, but understanding how country and how country works is very important for us. And I think that they bring that level of expertise over for us. And we're able then to share it with community, share it with one another.
We value their scientific knowledge and hope that when they leave our country, they leave with a better understanding of our customs and cultural practices. Yeah, so thank you. So you've probably seen in the video, we've had some bad and then some great experiences with researchers. You know, and we're grateful for our mob, you know, for sharing their thoughts, their what did I want to say? Anyway, sorry. Sorry about before. Yeah, I just get so, you know, emotional. You know, when we're talking about our history and then our connection to country. You know, it's important to us as Aboriginal people. You know, we we feel that connection to land and country, and just because of the history of Yarrabah and that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's really touching for me. And I was practicing this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do fine. And the moment you get up here, yeah, it just hits you and touches you. And this is the second time now I've cried up on stage. But I'll hand it back over to Mel here.
Thanks, Denise. Thank you. Well, that was quite moving. This is what we like working together as well, because we're true, we're genuine, we're real people, right? Not just a researcher and then whatever. Like, so that's all it's all about. Next up is Dion. So Dion, I'll let you introduce yourself. Hopefully, yeah, it's coming. You can sit down if you want. Up to you. Make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Dion Sands. Yeah, I'm proud Gungandji man from Yarrabah. And yeah, I just want to start off by acknowledging the traditional owners on which land, which we meet today on. Yeah, I just got my little speech on my phone here, sorry. But yeah, as Lenise said, Yarrabah is the biggest community in Australia, and yeah, it was founded back in June 1892 by John Gribble. And yeah, it's now is a mission, as we all know, or some might not know, but yeah. Before, I'm just all over the place here, sorry. Yeah, like my speech is all based on just working with researchers and sharing our knowledge together has been incredible. Yeah, geez, I'm not even reading it properly, you know. Yeah, like working along researchers and sharing our knowledge has been together has been incredible, valuable. It's been great to see the work happening on country and then receive the data after each surveys, and that way we got a shared understanding and tangible record of what we've worked together on. And yeah, some of the challenges, yeah, of course, there are challenges. One of the biggest challenges for me was um, stepping out of my comfort zone is the biggest one. Like coming, community boy coming out of Yarrabah and just, yeah, grew up as a child, quiet child, yeah, and in that networking side of stuff, like getting that and networking with different researchers and whatnot, and then having that edge to want to learn more, not just a traditional way as we grew up with naturally, but yeah, like seeing the Western side of stuff as well. And just pretty much freestyle that one, sorry. Yeah, so some of the works that we do is with seagrass is the biggest one for us with trop water, JCU, and yeah, when we're at in like community after work, and then we got like community members coming up to us and then asking us about what the work we've been doing and what are we doing it for and whatnot, and we gotta sometimes come up with an explanation for them because yeah, they're a bit inquisitive, and when you're out and about trying to have just a quiet weekend where you just want to relax and not answer any questions, but yeah, you still get them questions here and there, but yeah, we always have them people, like them family members come up and then, yeah, we just give them an example of what we've been doing and like what kind of species we have in our areas and like just telling them we don't have all the species, but there's some in our areas that the researchers thought they'd never find there. But yeah, like working with them, it's really good as well. Like just as far as like capacity building and all that, and like getting that knowledge to better yourself and then share on and one day like lead your own project, as a ranger group and yeah, not rely on too many researchers and you have enough knowledge to go and run your own stuff, get your own funding for what you need. And that's part of our aim to go like learn of them, then kind of conduct it ourselves. Sorry, it's just all in dot points, and I'm just freestyling everything. Yeah, just take yeah. But yeah, like one of the things that I've noted down about it was about the coral spawns and all that growing up in Yarrabah, and we as kids we thought like that's a bit of poison in the water, then coming up and then going to like spawning school and all that, like with trop water JCU and all that, and then seeing photos of it on the beaches and whatnot. But yeah, like we thought it was some kind of poison back then. So we stayed at the water, but I think that was better for us as well to stay at and not like um play with the larvae and whatnot, like it's better off just leaving it alone. But Sorry. Yeah, I'm just skipping through everything here. Sorry. But yeah, my overall experience working with researchers has been awesome. They've been supportive and genuinely interested in our goals. We share the same vision for us as traditional owners to one day lead our own research, as I mentioned. And yeah, passing the knowledge we've gained through these collaborations, like that's what I said about like people asking me questions on weekends or even just after work. It doesn't have to be on the weekends as well. But yeah, even when I'm at home, then they come for a visit or whatnot. But yeah, a bit about my journey as a ranger. Um, it's also been a successful one, but it has has always been hasn't always been easy. There were definitely challenges, and I had to push through them to grow, upskill, and motivate not just myself but my team as well. Um, yeah, there's a lot I could share about it, but yeah, I probably need more time for that one. But yeah, or even after, like probably during lunchtime or something, yeah, come up and ask me a question, whatnot. I'll be happy to have a yarn. And yeah, I'll finish this one. I'll finish this one. Yeah, just finished it. When the traditional owners and researchers work together the right way, we build knowledge, open opportunities, and most importantly, care for for the generations to come. Thank you. And thank you for listening. Sorry, just jumping the gun here, but yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I'm standing back again. I was going to talk for 10 minutes, but I see I have maybe 4. So 2 minutes. All right. Well, keep it for the yarns after then. Right. I was going to position myself. So I'm obviously non-Indigenous. I'm a Western scientist. I'm working increasingly in that space, Indigenous partnership. I won't delve into that. Coming from France, as you can hear, beautiful accent, and then matured in Oceania. I'll skip the rest. So coming from more of an ecological background, then with a lot of computer work, and then I moved to the social side of things. Still a lot of computer work. And then I'm kind of in the middle, and I'm really interested in making sure that in the work that I do, I decolonize research. So trying to do things the right way, work the right way, create genuine partnerships and genuine relationship before, jumping into grant writing and that sort of thing, which is one thing that we do a lot as Western scientists. So 1 more minute, I guess. That'll be super fast. One thing I've wanted to share some learnings that I've had throughout the last couple of years. I've done a review. I'm doing a review at the moment on marine megafauna and research partnerships with Indigenous communities, Indigenous organizations in Australia, including the Great Barrier Reef. I just wanted to share quickly some of the findings that are emerging. So I've done online search, and I've contacted a lot of experts in the taxa that are represented down there. And what I'm finding is that, of course, there are a lot of such partnerships, including incorporating Indigenous knowledge in their work. But what we see as well is that it's not fully acknowledged or recorded in a lot of cases. Western science still sets the frame a lot in the way of methods and the priorities that are used, and respectful culturally led or Indigenous led projects do exist, of course, and thank God for that. But it's less visible and less public. So how can we learn from that, basically? So what we're doing today is kind of one way to share the message, like our lessons learned and that sort of thing. 30 seconds, amazing. So that's one of my learnings. The second one is, I was going to do like a little pause, imagine how that could look like. What we did in the past year with traditional owners of the Great Barrier Reef, including Lenise and Dion and a lot of other groups, is we tried to rethink the way we approach things as researchers, as Dugong researchers or marine megafauna researchers. And so we started the Dugong Connection engagement project. So this project is led by Dr. Chris Clegger, also at Tropwater. We've got a big team, a small team of us working on it. funded by the Great Barrier Reef Foundation, who understand that we need to go beyond just grant writing and then research projects happening right away. This is just an engagement project. So this is a really new thing that is not, we don't see a lot, hopefully more. We abide by a few key principles. I can't go into details, but we can talk about it for sure. There's a QR code here if you want more information later. Sorry, but go on the Tropwater website and you'll find all this information. What was I going to say about that? So basically, yeah, we try to do things better. We try to learn from our mistakes as well. I was guilty of some of these mistakes in my own work. I did some of really colonial research when I was in my PhD, and I'm trying to repair that and learn from our mistakes. So that's, I guess, my key learning as a researcher or as a Western scientist is reflect and adapt and, you know, change your way of working as you go along. So hopefully we're doing a good job. Time is done. Yay, this is the end. Thank you. Come talk to us. We're happy, you know, we're a happy bunch. We're happy to discuss further anything that was skipped very quickly. So thank you very much.